going on, guys, and welcome to Without Within. It's my first Let's Play on this channel, full official Let's Play anyway. And if you think Brave's a Let's Play, that's cool too, but this is something that's actually gonna have a short end. I don't think this game is that long, but I don't know, I haven't even started playing it. It's a visual novel, so if you guys don't want to watch me read a bunch of stuff, then just don't watch this Let's Play at all. This is mainly just reading and making a few choices throughout the game. And I have to say, this music is awesome. So I'm gonna lower it a bit. Especially the sound effects. That could be lowered too. Alright, and let's start. Vinty, 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 Vinty. The chants of my fans echoed through the door in front of me. One of my two bodyguards wrapped his hands around the doorknob. Please prepare yourself, Miss Vinty. Once I open this door, we'll head straight for our limo. The guard had no reason to fret. I had long since grown used to these crowds. Still, I nodded to put him at ease. After taking a deep breath, he pushed the door open. Hey, Vinty! A crowd of hundreds raised their cameras as soon as I stepped out. My guards waved their arms to shoo them away. The red carpet was for me to walk on, after all. I blew a kiss for these starstruck peasants. Miss Vinty, please let us hurry, oh, that's the bodyguard. My bodyguard said. Too bad for him. I strutted along like a model on a catwalk. I hope a group of reporters managed to worm through the crowd. They now tiptoed over my guards in hopes of scoring that exclusive. Vinty, how does it feel to have won the Calligrapher of the Year award? A reporter asked me. Before I could answer, another dozen of people shouted over each other, hoping for my attention. Vinty, may I get a photo with you? Can you sign some autographs for my kids? And two for me, of course. I like the humor in this game. Ah, I can't believe I'm standing this close to Vinty. My fans stamped their dirty shoes all over the red carpet. Finally, my bodyguards pull out their pepper sprays to keep the fans in check. A young male reached in my direction despite having spray aimed at his face. Rather admirable for a peasant. I extended a hand for this male to kiss. Unfortunately for him, he fainted at the sight of my perfectly polished nails. I reached my limousine at last. My bodyguard opened the door in front of me. Opened the door for me. And as I climbed in, my trailing fans snapped as many photos as they could. Miss Vinty, Miss Vinty, the crowd chanted as my car window pulled up. How odd, they never referred to me as Miss. Oh, my graceful presence must have been too much for their sanity. These poor things. Miss Vinty, Miss Vinty, so I'm guessing she's famous. This kind of seems like a dream world, though, where she's perfect. And it is. That's crazy. Look where she lives. And this game is, the art style is so cool. I like her eyes. They look, basically it's two layered eyebrows. Oh. Well, I had fun while it lasted. At least I got to ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my only registered vehicle was, well, my 10-year-old bicycle. My apartment had no space for a car anyway. Actually, this single room was cracked, with cracked walls might be an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view, featuring a sewage pipe and a wall tainted with yellow. True, this is horrible for a view. Why would you even have a window there? Just open the window if you wish to smell the sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. By the way, sorry, I needed to take back the one room thing. Sorry about that. This place actually had two rooms, thank you very much. The second room happened to be a toilet. That still counted, right? The toilet clogged 3 times a month, so be careful when using it. Miss Vinty, Miss Vinty, a woman's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. I glanced over at my clock, 6 a.m. Waiting for another hour or two would have been nice. She probably just wanted to tell me about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I would better be off staying in bed. So, should we stay in bed or should we get up? Me, personally, I would stay in bed. But I don't know. I don't feel like going through the whole game again. I don't think stay in bed because she said that nothing comes out of her mouth. Let's just rise and shine. Coming as I changed into something more appropriate, the landlady still kept knocking. I said I was coming, did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked if that's what she dug. If this were a game, we might as well get a sales boost too. Also, our landlady's old. Good morning, Miss Vinty, the landlady said. I must ask, what's with that hair? It looks like you just woke up. That's because I did. It's a waste for young ladies like you to sleep away your youth. The landlady shook her head. She had no right to I love this music, it's so jolly. She had no right to preach me like this. I wanted to tell her, but decided against it, as doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I enraged her, she would squash me into Vinty flavored pancake. Miss Vinty, your rent was due 3 days ago. Oh, well, at least there was no rent increase. So sorry, madam. My next pay truck will come after tonight's shift, so I'll pay you first thing tomorrow morning. The landlady grunted. All right. Just know if this keeps up, you'll have to find somewhere else to live. She spun around and to leave. When she disappeared behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece back into place. My effort resulted in more wall. I'm done. So this is like the unluckiest girl in existence. Great. The landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an accomplished calligrapher, she would beg for a chance to shine my shoe. Hey, I sounded a bit ranty before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people had humble beginnings. I would follow in their footsteps, but first I needed to put in the work. Without within. So that was the introduction. This game's actually pretty nice. And so I returned to the busiest street in my area, with my calligraphy spread before me. I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared at me, mixed with people shouting things about each other's mothers. Very true. In a busy city. Let's save right here. Alright. These cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke. Just one of the many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely, this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. Nothing. As always, no one afforded me anything more than a passing glance. And my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest, I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was that old saying? 10% of the people reached out to you will buy your work? I could live with that. Even just 1%. Please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. So should I rant or should I preserve? Let's rant. Enough was enough. I sprang off the ground and kicked the fence behind me. The crowd stared as I ranted on and on about their ignorance. It felt so good to let loose. If these people knew how to spot real art, my career would have been already kicked off. 2 days later, my eruption made its way to the internet. Oh, I think we got a bad ending. Guys, make sure to never buy anything from her. She's nuts. Oh, who does she think she is? Spread the news, everyone. We need to make sure people like that never get anywhere. My career is doomed. If I knew one mistake would destroy everything, I would have kept my trap shut. How I wished I could relieve that one day. Bad end. Oh god. Okay. Okay. So let's preserve. I decided to keep these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wondered if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought this, a man paused and looked at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. It would make my mouth water too. As the man eyed my work spun one by one, I felt my cheeks heating up from the anticipation. At last, someone who spared more than a moment with my works. This might be my reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You're charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted. I would never hang these on my wall, even if you gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Why are people so mean to her? She's so harmless. Just sitting there. Trolls online were one thing. Confronting one in real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Just because we already got one bad end, I think attacking him will do no good, so let's restrain. Folks always said to ignore trolls. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man strutted off. Determined to prove him wrong, I continued to sit and wait for potential customers. So, is this her work? How does she get paid for this if she doesn't sell anything? Maybe this isn't her work, or her job, rather. Another 1,000 people walked by without sparing me a look. Lingering here any longer would be a waste of time. As I packed my things, I insisted I was leaving because my part-time job oh, okay, so this isn't her job. Deep inside, I knew that that man's word had rocked my confidence. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing. Yet if I lacked the gift, preserving might make things worse. Tears welled in my eyes and I clenched my fists to hold them back. Poor girl. Speaking of tears, I heard a kid crying within the crowd. Looked like we had a lost child on our hands. Some pedestrians shot him glances, but none of them offered more than that. Well, people in this town are jerks. These really were horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I would never want my calligraphies to be owned by people like that. I should help the kid, but that would mean being late for my job. Oh, this is a decision right here. Oh my god. So should we help the kid and be late to our job? Or should we ignore the kid? I want to be a good person. Let's help the kid. If I judged others for abandoning a child and then did the same myself, I would be a jerk and be a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose Mommy? The boy was sobbing too hard to answer. I leaned in to stroke his back with one hand and his head with the other. Let me know if you lost your Mommy, okay? I'll help you find her, so there's no need to be scared. The kid managed to nod at last, and I whispered, good boy, wait, what? And I whispered good boy into his ear. Okay, I was reading it right, but it didn't make sense in my head. This is why I'm not that good in English, people. This is why I'm Let's Playing. I learn. What's your mummy's name? Hungry. Her name is Hungry? The boy's tummy growled, and I realized what he meant. Oh, well, how about I buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head. I want ice cream. Hey kid, ice cream's more of a dessert, actually. I want ice cream. And so ice cream it was, one for him and none for me. The money came out of my pocket, of course, my poor wallet. At least the kid could have eaten the whole thing, rather than let half of it melt on his shirt. Jessie, the boy said, that's Mummy's name. Jessie. I called as I strode along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever, enough to make me blush. In fact, maybe I should try shouting Jessie random the next time I sold my calligraphies. The sky turned orange as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift had started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. A woman screeched through the crowd and scurried towards us. She ran past a red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Mummy, the boy shook free of my hold and rushed into his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed towards me. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful, just wonderful. The torrent of praise, our face. The torrent of praises curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone would have done the same thing. Please, if there's anything I can do in return, just let me know, the mother said. Actually, there is something I need help with. The mother nodded. Anything in my power, miss. Which way back to the train station? So we got the right answer. Nice. I thought we were gonna get it wrong because our job. Alright, let's save. The sky had gone dark by the time I arrived at work. I opened the restaurant door gingerly to avoid making any noise. Stealth mode switched on. They called me Ninja Vinty for a reason. Miss Vinty, the voice of my boss made me jump onto the ceiling fan. Sorry I'm late. I wanted to explain, but my boss glared at me, and my tongue slurred out a bunch of syllables. My explanation was in there somewhere, probably. Maybe. I received an earful from my boss, but at least I got to keep my job. Several colleagues shot me frowns for not being here during such a busy period. In the end, I took the blame without complaint. Hey, at least she didn't get fired. Well, at one point, I locked myself inside of a toilet and screamed into the bowl. I also might, you can say that? Okay. I also might or might not have, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. See? Guys, don't even bother with my poor English. I also might or might not have fantasized about dunking my workmate's head into the toilets. That was for me alone to know, though. Dude, this music just gets me pumped. At least I earned the paycheck needed to keep my landlady quiet for another month. As for the month after that, we would see when the time came. All I wanted was to pursue my art, but reality kept pressuring me towards finding a second job. On my way home, I spotted a banner from an upcoming visual novel named Princess Aria. The game had long been hyped for on every human form I knew. Why'd I say human? Okay. I don't even see human anywhere here. Amazing art along with a cast of famous voice actors. The writer and composer were big names, too. For Princess Area to have been in an ad this big, there must have been a lot of money put behind the project. This way, the way this banner hung high gave me the sense it was extra important. Bright lights shone on the princess's face to impress potential players. She's imagining her face. Yes, that's really what I need. What I really needed. If I had a banner like that, no doubt people would line up to buy my calligraphy. I could already imagine how folks would react as I walked along the streets. Hey, I think that was Vinty. Wow, no way. You mean that famous calligrapher I seen on all those banners? Yeah, she must have been really good. Maybe we should ask for her autograph. My agent would then step to speak on my behalf. Please line up in an orderly fashion, everyone. How much for an autograph? Shut up and take my money. That's a Futurama reference. My agent nodded in response. Autographs are available for $100. Thanks. Jesus. Wait, is this real life? Okay. That would be $100, thanks, the game shop's owner said. Dang! Princess Area costs twice as what I predicted. If I bought the game, I would have too little left for rent. I opened my wallet hoping I might have more cash on hand than realized. Turned out I had less, actually. So, I wonder how this game is, like, planning. This is a really good story, though. I'm liking it. I hope it's not short. I kind of want to save again. Oh, I didn't even read that. Dang it. Just pause it there and read it for yourself. I'm sorry about that. The store owner pulled out a different game from under his table. He brushed away the dust on it so I could see the cover. The title read Sunflower War, some visual novel about the battlefield. Copyright 1997, the bottom read. No wonder it was so cheap. Art by Invert Mouse, whoever the heck that was. The front cover would fit perfectly in a kindergarten classroom. I flipped the case to see what was highlighted on the back. The game supported up to 640 by 480 resolution, truly the pinnacle of technology. The shopkeeper grimaced. He must have sensed I wanted to say no. His stare made my palms stain with sweat, and I ended up buying the game. Dealing with folks like that always had been a weakness of mine. Remind me to never visit this store again. So I'm liking this game a lot, if you couldn't tell. And even though this is great music, I think I'm gonna have to end it here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Without Within. And I would like to say that I'm definitely gonna do more of this. I can't wait to upload it again for you guys. And hopefully my reading gets better, by the way. I mean, I messed up quite a few times, but hopefully it wasn't that big of a deal. And like and favorite if you enjoy this game. And subscribe if you want to see more Without Within and some Brave Frontier. And I will see you guys next time.